Hello everyone, I am CRYPTOTAG and this is your channel for Apex Bitcoin and crypto news. And in this video, we need to have a discussion. You definitely need to watch this video till the end because some bad stuff happened this week to a lot of good people, and there is just too much theft and hacking of crypto wallets running rampant. And you know I'm first and foremost here for you for your protection. I do care about you. I'm not just trying to shill stuff and hurt people and fill my bags. That's not what I'm here for. So I felt it imperative to make this video because this week alone, investor, TV mogul, billionaire Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, as well as you know him from hosting Shark Tank, unfortunately, one of his Ethereum wallets was hacked for over $900,000. Such a horrible story and situation. As well as a fellow YouTuber who's a great guy, someone I don't know personally, but I've watched his videos before. He has amazing material. He's a man of God, so I appreciate him in that respect as well, similar to me. And just unfortunately, sometimes bad stuff happens to good people. And we got this and a lot more to go over, so make sure you stay till the end. You're not going to want to miss this episode. Let's jump in. So first, I'm going to play a clip on what happened to Mark Cuban with CoinDesk discussing this issue.
Cuban told outlet DL News the phishing attack apparently seemed to stem from a fake MetaMask wallet application that he downloaded. Cuban's wallet was drained of US pegged stablecoins, staked ETH, super rare tokens, and some ENS domains. Lawrence, what do you make of this? It's just, I hate to see it. I hate to see it.
Future of finance, and I do mean that, because we talk about individuals. One of the benefits of cryptos is the fact that people can own their assets. The problem is people can own their assets, and in many ways there's no recourse, and for a lot of people, I'm talking about those who aren't Mark Cuban, who don't have the resources to kind of go after anybody who's drained them. And God knows if Cuban will ever be able to do that. And sure, there's some of what has been taken from him can be, I guess, marked and what have you. And that's the glories of blockchain. But people who are watching this and seeing this are like, oh, wait, what's my recourse? Like, what happens to me if this happens to me? Who do I notify in a decentralized system when I accidentally click on something? And if you think that scams and such things aren't going to be rampant, have you noticed that you get spam calls all the time? Why? Because it works. I mean, people, there was a certain age bracket, to be sure, people who came of age during Woodstock, who, for whatever reason, believe that their grandson Timmy really is caught in a jail in London. And that's like not a joke. And you could see this happening if the most sophisticated of investors, not just Mark Cuban, but Vitalik Buterin, the guy who created Ethereum. Literally, the guy, it came out of his head like Athena from Zeus. And here it is. He got stuck with this as well. I mean, he got taken for a ride. And, you look at this and you're like, wow, how is my future going to look like if this were to take over the world? So it does scare a lot of people, and there are some answers. There are some custody methods out there, but this nonetheless should. People seeing this headline who aren't too familiar with crypto, of course, they get scared when they see this stuff, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so true what he said on that last part. There's so many people coming into crypto that when they hear this news, it just terrifies them. Because remember, there's no police. There's no one to run and cry and call to. You are the head security at your own bank when it comes to crypto. There are no do-overs. There are no try-agains. There are no refunds. And there sure is not any safety nets. You have to understand the criminals are getting more sophisticated and they're coming after all of us. But it's important to do what you can to protect yourself, know all the warning signs. Unfortunately for Mark Cuban, it seems like he was part of a phishing scam. Now, not all the full details are necessarily out in the public, but he either clicked on a link he wasn't supposed to, and it just accidentally basically gave the hacker the information they needed. There's multiple ways this stuff occurs. I'm going to show you another example. Unfortunately, that also happened this week to a well-known YouTuber. But you have to be careful with so many different scams. And we're going to talk more on this in a second. But let me go ahead and show you about another unfortunate event which happened to Jayson Casper. Now, this is Jayson Casper. I personally never met the guy, but he seems like such a good man. I know he's a man of God. He's very religious. And even though some people unfortunately say this is a publicity video, I don't think so. You can just feel this man's passion. And he, like I said, I know he's a good man. And this is horrible what happened to him. And as you can see up here from the title, he lost $700,000 of crypto. Don't make this mistake. And it's so unfortunate because Jayson is an excellent trader, but that's mainly his passion. He's into trading. So when you trade, obviously you have to leave some money on the exchanges. But what happened to Jayson is he left his money in a hot wallet. And unfortunately, not just some money, he had $700,000 in Exodus. And for those of you that don't know, Exodus is a hot wallet. And let me just explain quickly. A hot wallet means your keys is on and attached to the computer. It's open sourced on the internet. A cold wallet means that your keys are not associated and attached to the internet. So you do not want to use hot wallets. This is where tons of problems can happen. And unfortunately with Jayson, this is what happened to him. He got phished as well, and someone hacked in and took all of his money out of Exodus. Such a horrible and tragic story. But I'm so sorry this happened to you, Jayson. Peace and respect to your brother. And I really hope that you can find a recovery from this. And if not, just as they say, that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So definitely in my thoughts and prayers. You know, and the thing that's really scary, I mean, both of these people are intelligent at what they do. And I can't imagine how busy Mark Cuban is. It was probably just a sad situation where he's just so busy and so consumed he didn't pay attention on something he clicked on. And a similar thing probably happened with Jayson as well. There's something I want to explain to you that's going on as well that is super scary. And it's called SIM card swapping. This is another technique that the hackers are using. And I just want to make you as apparent about this stuff as possible. And then after, I'm going to go through all the security steps we can do to make sure this never, ever happens to you. Now, SIM card swapping is a horrendous scam, and unfortunately, it is really starting to happen to a lot of people. And basically what happens, as you can see here on the screen, is attackers collect data on victims through social media, phishing, different types of phone call excursions that they do. So you have to be very careful here. And please understand, as I explain this stuff, I'm not making any direct comments towards Mark Cuban or Jayson. Okay, it's horrendous what happened to them, and nothing that I'm saying in regard to this is about them. But one thing I noticed that happens to a lot of people that get hacked is you don't want to fall victim to gullibility. You don't want to become gullible where you're easily susceptible to just be fooled. For example, about a month ago, I had a phishing scam call from American Express. Now, I'm smart enough to know it wasn't American Express. Because American Express obviously doesn't call from, I think it was like a 519 area code. But you need to be sharp at all times and aware of this stuff. So I take numerous steps in my phone personally to where all my business contacts or personal contacts are stored in my phone with an icon and picture. And I just have that kind of brain where I have a photographic memory. So I pretty much have all these numbers memorized in my head. I just go through this security check alert. If American Express is calling me, I already know the two numbers they usually would call from, and they're both either an 800 number or an 866 number. So a business is never going to call you from some odd area code. And this is just something you have to know. Okay. And they're not also going to just call you and start asking you for personal information. So I'm at the step where I don't even take the call. I just immediately report it, call American Express, and report the phishing scam. But this is going on all the time. And if you accidentally give them information, this is how they can do a SIM card swap. So step 2 of this is the thief calls the phone service provider and impersonates you. And don't kid yourself, this happens all the time and there's a high success rate. So step 3, the thief tricks the carrier into switching your mobile number to the SIM card on their burner phone. And I'm sure you can see where this is heading, because all of us have, right, all of our bank accounts, all of our crypto accounts, all of our security codes, Google Authenticator, face recognition on your smartphone. And the final step, finally, the thief gets now the incoming calls and texts that were meant for you. And now they have access to your accounts, your codes, everything. And they just drain your bank account, and then they just destroy the phone and destroy the SIM card, and you've lost everything. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it as far as crypto theft at the moment. So you truly have to be smart and aware and not easily gullible, not easily convinced into doing stuff. You need to always ask a ton of questions. Be sharp at all times. Don't just take frivolous phone calls. Monitor your calls. Because unfortunately, this is just getting worse because it's so easy to steal money in the world of crypto if you're not protecting it properly. Let me just go into greater detail to show you. So once a thief has stolen your phone number, stealing your identity becomes relatively easy. This is because your number is likely tied to your bank, email, and social media accounts. Fraudsters with your number could try logging into these accounts and then intercept the confirmation codes that were supposed to be texted to your device. Once inside, the bad guys can drain your financial accounts, take out loans in your name, and scrap your email contacts to scam family and friends. Just makes me sick, makes my stomach turn to read this stuff. And you may just be asking yourself, well, how easily can this be done? Well, Princeton researchers recently tested 5 major U.S. cell phone providers. They were alarmingly successful, completing 39 fake SIM swaps in 50 attempts. 50 attempts. How horrible is that? Oh, just so sad what's going on. There's a reason I started my website, and I want you to understand, because on my homepage, this is CRYPTOTAG.com. Up here, I have Freedom Starts Here. As you can see, the button turns green to let you know you're good to go. This is where your safety is that you need to learn first. But people are not really seeing this, so I went ahead and added this, brand new to crypto. So if you click here, it brings you to this page, Freedom Starts Here. And I have a step-by-step process on what you need to do. I mean, I couldn't make it more simplified. I tell you step-by-step why you need this stuff. Here's your cold storage wallets that I personally use and have tested and vetted for you. Okay. And I'm continually adding to this list as well. If something happens, I will take it down and report on it as well. But as you can see, I mean, Engrave has your highest level of protection. An EAL7 certification is just leaps and bounds ahead of everything else. Just to give you an example, when you use Apple Pay, so mind you, Apple Pay, that's EAL4, okay? Your ledgers are EAL5s. So again, I've never had any issues with any of these wallets at all. Some people, go back and forth on Ledger because of the recovery issue that's coming in. Again, just as long as you don't download the software and as long as you're not just giving out your keys and depending on other people to hold your seed phrases, you'll be fine. Okay. So I have no issues with Ledger. I've never lost a penny with any of these companies. And I personally store crypto on these different types of devices. I have a comparison chart here, and I'm just going to show you one more thing because in your own time, you can obviously go through this. That's why I made this for you. But step 2, just as important as step 1, purchase a seed phrase protector. Okay, this is so important. This guarantees your family and our loved ones will be able to recover your crypto assets if something were to happen to you. Titanium and stainless steel guarantee a lifetime of protection. Paper does not. So again, I have 4 of the ones I use here. Can't go wrong with any of them. Just make sure you get the one that you need to match the seed phrase quantity that you have in your device. And let me take it a step further. If you want to add a 3rd level of deterrent, go to your cell phone provider, whether it be AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, or whomever you may have, and you can put what's called a lock on your account. This way, someone would have to put in a code, a digital code, to unlock your account to do a SIM swap. So you're making it near impossible for criminals to hack your phone. And if you want the 4th and ultimate layer of protection, I know this is a luxury. Not everyone's going to be able to do this, but get you 2 phones. Have one phone that you leave at home and it never leaves your home. And you put it in a safe in your home. And that's the phone that has your Google Authenticator and your crypto accounts and your bank accounts. And you take no phone calls from that phone. That's strictly your finance phone. And then you have a secondary phone that you use for personal needs. And I'm telling you, if you do those 4 steps and you're not gullible, you'll never lose a penny of crypto. Ever. It's not going to happen. So I just want to make sure that you see how important it is to protect what you have. Because remember, I'm here for the long term. I'm here to hold your hand and guide you and walk you through this journey. You need someone trustworthy. You need someone looking out for you. Because unfortunately, there's just so many criminals running rampant and they just want to take what you have. So we have to beat them here with our brain. And I want to make another point as well. Please, 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 do not ever share with anyone how much crypto you have. Humility is king when it comes to life as well as crypto. You don't want to brag. You don't want to be boastful. In my opinion, you shouldn't tell anyone how much crypto you have, ever. I mean, you can discuss it obviously with your immediate family or your loved ones, but I would never. And even then, you have to be careful, right? Because if someone talks about it, now there's a target on your back. So it's just really wise not to talk about what you have, especially with crypto. And you can add that almost as a 5th layer of protection. Remember, the most important thing to me is for you to be safe, you to be protected. I want you and your family to be at peace. Please do me a favor, share this video with someone you care about. I know there's someone else that needs to see this. Please share it with them. There's nothing worse than someone trying their best to dollar cost average in, to buy crypto, to go through my checklists on CRYPTOTAG.com, to do everything right, let's just say for 4 or 5 years, and then to make one mistake and lose everything. It's devastating to even think about. So please bookmark this video. Watch it as many times as you need to. I'm going to put a link down below as well to go to that page on my website so you have the free step-by-step guide on what you need to do. Please refer to it as many times as you need to. Please read it over as many times as you need to. Follow these steps so you protect you and your family and your crypto assets. Because please remember, tomorrow's not promised to anyone. Live every day to the fullest. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. And please, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash that like for me, and I'll see you next time.